Something is on my mind. As the president of PDN, I have looked at the church, and we've been serving the church for a long time. But I think what we are seeing is that oftentimes there is a disconnect and a half-heartedness that we are observing in the church, where pastors are either disconnected to mission, where leaders, even congregation members, feel that there is a calling to go deeper, but then there is a hesitation to step deeper. And that's why I want to reflect on this idea of being all in, like the one who was all in for us. Who do I mean? I mean Jesus Christ. Let me just take a moment and read us a bit of a scripture to kind of give me a bit of background to this. So Luke chapter 9 verses 51, and this verse, this blew me away. So we see that now it came to pass when the time had come for him to be received up. We're talking about Jesus. To be received up means the ascension, okay? The ascension. And he resolutely set his face towards Jerusalem. Now, as you think about the word resolutely, Christ is resolutely, he is 100%, he's all in, going towards Jerusalem. He's sending people ahead of him, but he's not turning back. He's not looking to the left or to the right. He is 100% in. And I think that in this month of the resurrection, it is crucial for us to think about that practice that causes a person like Christ to achieve everything that he did achieve. I mean, if you ask most Christians, what is it they want to achieve in their life and how do they want to achieve it? Everyone wants to score high. Everyone wants to give themselves fully towards something. But every time we think about the price to be paid or the posture that we must have, there becomes a slight hesitation. People think, I'll be committed, but later. Oh, wait for me 2023. Wait for me 2024. Oh, man, I will be all of this and all of that. But why not now? Why not be all in now? I'll just tell you a fascinating story fascinating now, but I think in the time it was quite deep. About over 100 years ago in the United Kingdom was a group of missionaries called the One-Way Missionaries. Fascinating what they used to do. They were called one-way missionaries because they bought a one-way ticket to the mission field with certainty that they're not returning. And whenever they were packing, guess what? They didn't pack their belongings and their few items they were going with in cases. They packed them in coffins. And for me, that sight alone was disturbing. The idea that you pack in coffins, fill it with all your clothing, belongings, everything, and then set off on this journey. And I could imagine that as the ship is setting off the dock and moving, and your people saying goodbye to their loved ones. I mean, this is a picture of a person who is all in. I recently encountered one of those one-way missionaries. His name was A.W. Milne. And he set towards the South Pacific. It's a place I've never heard of. It's a place called Hebrides. And Hebrides were headhunters, some of these very traditional rural individuals who had killed many, many people before them. Now, he tweaked the way he did missionary work, so he was able to live among them for 35 years before he passed away. But this is what happened when he passed away. It is written that they buried him right in the middle of the village. And this is what was inscribed on his tombstone. They said that when he came, there was no light. But when he left, there was no darkness. And I sit down and look at how God puts his hand on those who are all in. How God puts his hand on those who have set themselves resolutely like his son did. And I think that the resurrection month shouldn't be for us a month where we just clap our hands and give a high five and rejoice and say, hey, serve some food here because one was all in for us. No, it's a path to say, okay, look, this was done for me. How about me doing the same for him as I serve his loved ones? And so as we enter this month, I'm reflecting on this idea of being all in. And I charge us, those who are pastors, those who are friends of the ministry, those who are loved ones, those who are praying for us, anyone alongside this whole plethora of people who are serving the ministry, consider being all in whatever God has called you to do.